Hey everyone, it's JC, the Gospel-Centered Health Coach. Today we're going to chat a bit about keto. I know there's a lot of videos out there on keto, but for those who struggle with sugar addiction, there's some things I think we need to talk about before you dive into a new keto diet, or maybe you already have. Let's just chat about a few of the concerns and issues that may pop up for those who have come out of sugar addiction and are trying to heal it and maybe think keto is a good way to do that. Now, the emphasis in keto on proteins and healthy fats is awesome. I am 100% behind that. That's one of the things that healed my own sugar addiction because it balances blood sugar. And those of us that have been stuck in this sugar craze, we're just eating so many carbs and our blood sugar has been all over the map. And getting a lot more protein and healthy fat in that diet, fantastic way to not be as hungry, stabilize the blood sugar, which also stabilizes your moods. So I absolutely love that part of it. Here's my concern. So this comes from Dr. Kathleen DESMAISONS, who did the first PhD ever in addictive nutrition. I'll link her stuff below. She talks about those of us who are sugar sensitive. We tend to sugar addiction more than others. One of the main issues is that we have a wonky, imbalanced brain chemistry, and that includes low serotonin levels. I think you'd also see in the links between depression and sugar addiction is because of that low serotonin. So the goal in overcoming sugar addiction is to get those serotonin levels back up. It's not just your mood stabilizer. Serotonin is also the brakes in your brain. It's your self-control. It's your ability to stop eating. And so sugar addicts are just eating and eating and eating. And sometimes we don't realize it's because our serotonin is just dropping out and we don't have that control. So the key to getting your serotonin levels back up is tryptophan. It's an amino acid that comes from protein. So you think, oh, hey, keto, let's go. I'm going to get all that tryptophan from protein, get my serotonin back up. I'll feel better. I'll have more control. But here's my main issue. Tryptophan, it's kind of hard to get it across the blood-brain barrier. Again, this all comes from her work. Potatoes Not Prozac down below that I've linked. So what you need, the best way to get that tryptophan into the brain so it can be used to make serotonin is an insulin response. Comes from carbs. So as you have a carb, just eat a carb and get that insulin rush. That's going to help tryptophan go into your brain so get those serotonin levels back up. But if you're on keto and you've dropped your carbs so low that you have, you're feeding no insulin to the brain, what might happen is you feel pretty good. You get on keto, you're doing pretty well for about a month, maybe 6 weeks. And then your serotonin levels get so depleted that you just crash because your body hasn't been able to use any of that tryptophan because it's not been able to cross the blood-brain barrier. So if that is you, know that part of the reason you're struggling on keto might be because of your sugar addiction body chemistry. And so maybe you need to tweak things a little more, and going that low carb might not be the answer for you. Now, here's another thing. There's a couple more things that I have concerns about. If you study women's hormones, if you look online, you will see articles that say keto fixed my hormones and others that say keto wrecked my hormones. So as a gospel-centered health coach, be super, super careful and super prayerful before you dive into keto, because the Lord alone knows your hormonal situation. And my most trusted hormone doctor resource, her name is LARA BRIDEN. I'll link her stuff below. She's written some fantastic books on women's hormones, natural helps, and all these great answers for those of us who struggle. But she talks about how the body needs carbs to create hormones. Some women on keto may lose their cycle. Their hair may start thinning as the thyroid is affected. If any of these things start happening, again, that the body needs carbs and on different levels for all of us, but you might want to look at that before you go like crazy into the keto diet. But here's my kind of last concern as a former sugar addict, hardcore sugar addict. When I first started looking into keto, I started seeing all the keto treats that you can make that are perfectly acceptable on this diet. all kinds. I mean, you just go on Pinterest and it's just all these pictures of gooey chocolate peanut butter options, and they all have, you know, artificial sweeteners in them. It's not white sugar, it's erythritol and some of these other artificial sweeteners. My little sugar addict brain, even though I'm in recovery, I started looking at all those things you can make, and instantly my brain was like, oh, you can eat that and you can eat that. And I thought, oh yeah, I would have just binged on keto treats all day long. Maybe that's not you. But I found some people online. I started researching it a little bit. I found one blogger who said the same thing. She says, you know, I'd make a pan of keto fudge. Just eat a little every day, you know? And then she said, I found by like a month in, I was making 2 pans a week. And then 1 every 3 days. And I was just starting to eat more and more and more. So I think the idea of having treats on keto might work for you because you can regulate yourself. But if you struggle with addiction, that might not be the path to help your body heal. I mean, it's not just weight loss we're concerned about. We want healing and a vibrant, healthy body. So finally, again, as you consider whether this is the right path for you, I would just suggest that if we bring God into the picture, any type of food system that cuts out an entire group of food that he created is a little suspect for me. I am absolutely like, okay, if you are prayerful about it and the Lord may say, yep, do keto for a while, get your health under control. It may be your answer, and I'm comfortable with that. But I'm talking long-term help. The rest of your life, where do you need to live? And if we're cutting out entire groups of nutrients for the rest of your life, that makes me a little nervous. The body, he created those foods for a reason. Now, I'm not talking processed food. I'm not talking like processed breads and things. Those are man-made. I'm talking God-created food that is cut out on some of the keto diets. I do believe that carbohydrates have a purpose, or he wouldn't have created them that way. So final like 2 cents when it comes to keto. If you are prayerful, it may be your answer for a while. There are some good things about keto that can help get the blood sugar under control and the insulin resistance under control. It may be absolutely the path you need to take. But you may need to be prayerful as to when to step out of that and morph into a more healthy lifestyle you can live the rest of your life that works for you once your body's more balanced. Be prayerful about it. That might include some carb cycling. A couple of days a week where you come out of ketosis and you refeed your body the carbs it needs. And again, watch your hormones, watch some of those things if the addiction is getting out of control. I just think sometimes we jump on bandwagons a little too quick and read a couple articles online and go, this is it. I've done that so many times. And then when I prayed about it, the Lord had something to say. So good luck in your search for healing, for health. Join me in some of my other videos if you want to learn more about sugar addiction or faith-based eating, kind of the way to heal our body in the long term and make peace in our relationship with food. We'll see you next time.